Pablo, how are you?
I'm fine, thanks.
Okay.
It's nice to be here.
We're here at ADE. What kind of time is this for you? What kind of experience is this for you?
A new one.
Okay.
It's pretty different. Last time I was here with the band. We played the album, and now it's already a bit post-album. I play a lot of new songs. I play solo. It's more of a DJ set, but I only play my own songs. I play like remixes I've done for other people. I play remixes of my songs, and it's one of the first times I do that. So it's an experiment actually, and it's exciting.
Yeah, what have you found so far? What do you notice about doing it this way?
It feels really natural actually. Yeah, more than I thought, which is a good thing.
How come? Why more than you thought?
You know, if you're a musician, you're used to singing on a stage and being super busy with playing like 3 instruments at the same time or whatever. And DJing is it's another approach. It's an approach of I'm a producer and I have the possibility to show the audience what I'm working on and have tell a story over the evening or the hour set. Whatever. So yeah, it's something completely different.
You mentioned you kind of get to showcase a different side of yourself. When did you start working on kind of the material? Was it very soon after the album was released?
It was immediately afterwards. Yeah, it's like you work on your album so hard for a long time, and you're in the mix, and you're producing and mixing and mastering all at the same time, and working on the artwork as well. So the moment it's done, I run right back into the studio to work on new stuff.
Do you remember what the first kind of inspiration or first kind of track was that you started working on?
Yeah, it was last summer actually, end of last summer, and I was really just having a hard techno time frame, so it was very influenced by techno.
Why? Do you know why techno kind of?
It was a bit. It was the vibe of last summer, just like. It was a beautiful summer, very warm, a lot of good techno parties, and that was just like the feeling that was in the air.
So in that sense, is the mood or kind of the environment you're in at a certain point in time, is that important in what kind of music comes out?
Definitely, yeah. There are like 2 types, like the ones that try not to listen to music, to be themselves as much as possible, and the other ones, which I count myself in. I love to expose myself on different influences and grab whatever comes along and play around with it with different influence and like do a collage of whatever comes my way.
In that sense, do you see yourself, your sound, do you see it more as an ongoing development, or do you have certain elements that are always there?
It's a bit both probably. I try to have an ongoing development. I think it's the most important part, that as an artist you develop yourself and not just stand on the same point. But of course I think I got my sound. I couldn't even tell what it is, but I have people coming up to me on and on saying, yeah, you can hear it's still you, and it's still, even though it's a completely different, almost a different genre, you can still hear like the warmth and the soul. And I think that's also a good thing, to have your signature somewhere hidden in the whole production.
Sure. And well, like you say, you've been working on a lot of stuff, and you're performing now. So what's the goal with what you are making now? Are you again thinking about an album, or is it something different?
Yeah, I think it will end up in the next album.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
And well, it's very early days. So how far along are you? Do you have a lot of tracks now already?
I actually do. Yeah, I just a few weeks back, for the first time I gathered the most important tracks, and it was already like a 15-piece album.
Okay.
But I'll be like throwing them out again and like doing new stuff and just really keep only the best of the best.
Well, because your previous album was only released last year, so do you have to think about that not to follow it up too quickly or things like that?
No, I don't think that will be a problem, as it takes so long to then really get really just the best and have like a until the album is really out from the first. Now we're going for it. It takes ages. So.
And Well, one thing about your debut record, or not debut record, but All I Need, was that you kind of went away a little bit from the sampling and using live instruments and replaying certain stuff.
Yeah.
Is that something you continue to do now, or?
Well, at the moment it's like a mixture of both.
Okay.
I'm still loving to do sessions, but I always have like an eye on samples, especially. Okay. Actually, nowadays more from people I know.
Okay.
So I start to sample friends.
Okay.
Which is really fun.
Yeah, what is that like? Do you just go up to them and ask them if you can use it? Or?
I actually first do it. And then I go up to them. Because I'm in the studio and I play around and I have all those influences, and then I take them and see where it takes me, and if it's something worth to follow, I go back to them and say, hey, look, I've done something.
Can you give me one example of somebody who you kind of approached like that? Well, I've made this song, what do you think?
Yeah, one of my most often sampled friends is probably Fiona Daniel. Okay. She wasn't on the album, on the All I Need album, but I've sampled a lot and worked with her before. First I sampled her stuff, then we started to work together. Now I restarted to sample old songs from her, and yeah, so that's really fun, because it's a relationship we have for years now.
Yeah, finally, because well, on your album, both albums, a lot of collaboration. So what do you select people on, based on what? So is it the sound? Is it?
It's just a certain something. If it touches me, it touches me. If it has a certain deepness, warmth, soul to it, it can be a high male voice or a deep female vocal, whatever. If I believe it and it touches me, I'll try to like get to the people and ask them if they'd like to collab.
And do they ever say no?
Yes, often, okay. Of course. Yeah.
Well, this might be a mean question in a way, but can you tell me one who you really wanted who said no?
Well, there are a few people I'm chasing after for years, actually. Yeah, like often they are just already like much further. For example, I was chasing Sampha years back. Okay. But then like you don't hear back, and next thing you see he's on the Drake album. Sure. So like he's gone.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
Thanks.